Good morning, friends. Hello, hello. How are you this morning? Hope you're doing well. Hello. It is a sunny day out. Hey, Kristen, good morning to you. It actually today really starts to feel like spring. It is that 50 degrees and beautiful. These the March winds have died down a little bit this morning, so it is some beautiful out. I hope, and I think it is going to be for the rest of this week. So I hope you'll enjoy some of that. I'm just about ready to head out the door to be on retreat this week. So we'll be headed out, some of us from the church and some of us from First Baptist Church will be headed to spend a little time on retreat up at beautiful Glastonbury Abbey up in Hingham, Mass. So that's exciting. In a whole different kind of sort of way, of a way of being able to care for and tend our spirits and souls, which is just a great gift that we get to do. It is a privilege, and maybe that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. Hey, Vicki, good. Hi. So, looking forward to seeing you there and spending a couple days. It'd be great. Hey, John, how are you this morning? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, friends. All right, let's get going this morning. I was listening, and so this morning, welcome. It is the 12th day of March, coming up on the Ides of March. We're coming up also on the 12th or the 4th anniversary, not quite yet, but the 4th anniversary of the very first 11/11 ever. So we'll have some little some little celebration for that when we figure out what that date is. I gotta nail it down yet. But it's exciting. Welcome. Glad you're here to be a part of this day, this journey, and on this day I was, one of the things I do occasionally is to, read stuff on what relationship experts have to say about, how to tend relationships and how to care for relationships. What are good ways for couples who are in relation to get along. And there was a little essay, a little video essay on something that it just struck me. It has a really actually very deep concept and very beautiful concept, I thought, about as just, and he kind of threw it away as just kind of a tip for couples about how they might engage, but or how they might be together. But I think it actually goes much deeper, and it points at a deep and profound scripture that is in many ways the basis of faith. That line from Deuteronomy, where it's Deuteronomy 30, and this is a little bit cobbled together, but it's this. It is, see that I have set before you this day life and death, good and evil. Choose life there, so that you and your children may be blessed. This notion of that we should choose life, that before us in any given moment, in any given day is good and evil, death and curse, and that in it we have this privilege of being able to choose life. And what the relationship expert was saying is that is that when you are talking with your partner, and I think this goes, but I actually have come to believe this is true for any relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's your boss, whether it's your family members, that this actually is a great gift that you can give anybody that you love, and it's this. Imagine that you're headed out to a meal, right? You're gonna go break bread with someone, and they get to say, hey, what do you want to eat? Like, I don't know. I can eat anything. What do you want to eat? And then the inevitable conversation about what are we going to eat ensues, right? Now, and this translates to all kinds of things. That oh gosh, we've got to think about vacation for the summer. What do you want to go for vacation? Oh, I don't know. I think as long as we're doing something together, that'd be great. Like, oh, we have to consider, where we're gonna go. What show we're gonna go see. Oh, well, as long as we're hanging out, I don't care what show we. You see the pattern. You see and we all do this to some degree or another. But what this person who was talking about this in terms of relationship advice was speaking is that he said, never do this. He said, never do this. And I think it's true with any relationship, family, boss, whatever relationship, friend, whatever relationship. He says, this is why you should never do that. We think we're being kind when we do that. We think we're like, oh, well, I'll set my own needs and wants aside for somebody else's needs and wants. But what we are really doing is we're pushing that great privilege of the ability to choose, the ability to make a choice, the ability to embrace life and life in abundance, to have placed before us good and evil, and the ability to choose the good that is within us. And sometimes the good is really just our preference, because that now obviously our preference is not always good, because we want it to be a particular way doesn't mean that that's how it should be. But the privilege to choose and the privilege to actually offer someone our choice brings us one. It's a moment of vulnerability. We are exposing something about ourselves. What would you like to eat? I want Thai food. That we're actually making a choice, and we're sharing with the other person. Now, if we become a dictator and we insist we're eating Thai food or we're not eating at all, well, you can just, okay there, Kung Pao chicken, just kind of put that to the side, and it's not about being autocratic. It is about vulnerability. It's about stepping in to this great and grand privilege that we all have to choose life, and to choose it in abundance in every moment of our life. That we are the only creatures in the world that live in this way. Now, some creatures are closer than us. It's a kind of a continuum. It's not a digital thing. That the higher the consciousness, the more you can see kind of choices being made in a little creature. But there's no lion in the world that chooses to be a vegetarian. There's no primate in the world that chooses chooses the depth and the weight of and the way in which we are called to choose between good and evil, heaven and hell. That the matters of conscience, matters of morals, matters of simple kindness. And that's not to say animals can't be kind. I don't want to not go down that rabbit hole. But to understand that we get to form our spirit in some sort of way. If we spend our days doing evil and cruel things again and again and again, and choosing evil and cruel things, we will become an evil and cruel creature. And if we stumble ourselves way towards some kindness, if we stumble our way towards some beauty, if we stumble our way towards some ability to choose the the thing that brings joy not only to us but to the people around us, and we lobby for the good and the true and the beautiful, we too step into the angelic and the full panoply of our humanity in Christ. That in many ways our ability to choose, our ability to have life placed before us, death placed before us, and to choose is the greatest gift we've ever encountered. Now, a lot of times it doesn't feel that way. Even when we're talking about a meal, you know, sometimes it just feels like a burden. Oh, we got to figure out what to eat together. But this runs far deeper. That when we have the privilege to choose to embrace the sickness of someone that we love, and to be able to love them well in the midst of their sickness, or just to be, I don't want to deal with it, I don't want to think about it, or to embrace our own grief and our own sadness, the loss of someone that we care about, to pour our passions into this world to make something true and good and beautiful, and to desire to build something and to build it grand and beautiful. The ability to go out and create and to embrace that privilege to choose that. Our ability to love and to love boldly. So often we'll want to wall off in our being those places where we actually have great power and great choice to bring life and to bring life in abundance. But when we wall them off, when we just say, oh, I don't want to deal with that. Oh, I don't want to deal with that. Oh, I don't want to make that choice, even though that choice is right before me. I don't want to choose to engage that. When we simply let it simmer on the back burner, we miss the opportunity, we miss the privilege to let the love of God, to let the true and the good and the beautiful, the maker of all things, the reconciler of all things, the life bringer to all things, to come with us and engage in that. You see, our privilege isn't just that we get to choose what we want to eat or we get to choose what we want to do, but it's that we get to actually step into the very character of our being. And so that this banquet of life that is set before us, I have set before you good and evil, death and life. Choose life, that you and your children may live, that you and your seed may live. Friends, choose and choose again. That next time somebody asks you, hey, what do you want to eat? Give them an answer. Give them an answer right away. I want pizza. Next time somebody says something to you that is just that you get a piece of news that you'd rather not deal with. Sometimes you get in a relationship that you just rather let idle along rather than deepen and connect with. Choose to lean into it. Choose engagement. Choose not to just let things idle or diminish or just go back to maybe a baseline as the way they were, but choose to lean into the beauty of what might be. Because, friends, it is a privilege. It is a privilege denied almost every other creature on this planet. It is a privilege that is given to us and us alone. Not even the angels in heaven have this privilege, this gift set before us. Now, it may feel like curse. It may feel like heaviness. It may feel like, oh gosh, you know what? I'd just rather not. But the beauty of it is that when we choose, whether it's a meal or whether it's to deal with the hard things that are before us, when we choose, God comes with us. God chooses with us. Christ comes into our midst to be the healer, to be the balm, to be the one who magnifies and brings greater and more beautiful truth that we could never quite imagine imagine or manage between just the two of us, whatever we're negotiating, just between us, perhaps in our sorrow, between us and our catastrophe, or between us and the other person that's trying to decide whether we're going to eat pizza or Thai. So I love this little piece of relationship advice, and I think we should, and I invite you to embrace it as best you can. Next time you have to make a choice, make it, and make it right away. That doesn't mean you won't change your mind. It doesn't mean you won't have, but give the person that you're engaging with, give the world that you're engaging with, give the tragedy that you're engaging with, give the thing that matters to you that you're engaging with, give it the courtesy, give it the gift, give it the vulnerability of your willingness to make a choice into it. And then see what God will do with it. See what the one who came back from the dead and conquered death itself will do when we choose life, and life in abundance. All right, friends, that's my hope for you today. Peace and grace to you all. We'll be on retreat tomorrow, so there's still going to be 11:11 all week. We'll just be in a different venue. So, yeah, we're taking it on the road. All right, we will see you in Hingham tomorrow. Peace and grace, my friends, and we'll pick it up with another 11:11.